The Deep Space Research Station Magellan drifted silently through the Kuiper Belt, its array of quantum sensors probing the endless void for signs of intelligent life. Dr. Maya Chen stood at her monitoring station, her eyes fixed on the holographic displays that surrounded her. After 15 years of searching, most of her colleagues had resigned themselves to solitude in the cosmos, but Maya remained vigilant. The alert came without warning. At first, she thought it was another false positive. The sensors had picked up plenty of those over the years, but as she analyzed the data, her hands began to tremble. The signal pattern was unmistakable, structured, complex, and definitely artificial. "Commander Thompson," she called out, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "I think you need to see this." The station's commander appeared at her side within moments, his weathered face illuminated by the soft blue glow of the displays. The signal grew stronger with each passing second, its source approaching from the direction of Alpha Centauri. Within hours, the entire solar system was on high alert. Earth's United Defense Forces mobilized as the object decelerated from near light speed, revealing itself to be a vessel of impossible grace and beauty. Its hull seemed to shimmer with colors that shouldn't exist in normal space, defying human understanding of physics. The first message arrived in perfect English. "We are the Valkyrie. We come in peace, seeking alliance with humanity." Their ambassador, a being called Nexus, arrived on Earth 3 days later. Standing 9 feet tall with crystalline skin that rippled with bioluminescence, he addressed the United Earth Council with eloquence and charm. "Your species has shown remarkable potential," Nexus proclaimed. "We have watched your progress from afar. Now we wish to help you claim your rightful place among the stars." The Valkyrie offered gifts beyond humanity's wildest dreams. Clean energy technology that could power cities for decades, medical advances that could cure any disease, and propulsion systems that made interstellar travel possible. Earth's governments embraced their new allies with open arms, eager to learn and grow under their guidance. But Maya couldn't shake a gnawing feeling of unease. Working late one night in the Magellan's quantum lab, she noticed something odd in the background radiation surrounding Valkyrie technology. Buried beneath layers of quantum noise, there was a pattern, a signal so subtle it had escaped detection until now. She cross-referenced the pattern with deep space monitoring data from the past year. Her blood ran cold as the correlation became clear. The Valkyrie hadn't just arrived. They had been watching, waiting, and preparing for years. Maya's discovery came too late. As she prepared to alert Earth's authorities, the Magellan sensors detected massive spatial distortions throughout the solar system. Hundreds of Valkyrie warships emerged from quantum tunnels, their sleek forms now bristling with weapons. Nexus's final transmission to Earth dripped with contempt. "Your species shows such promise. It will make an excellent addition to our collective. Resistance would be unfortunate." The Valkyrie had miscalculated. They thought humanity would break under their superior technology and overwhelming numbers. They didn't understand that humans had spent their entire history overcoming impossible odds. As the first shots of the invasion lit up Earth's orbit, Maya transmitted her findings to every research facility on the planet. The Valkyrie had shown humanity the door to advanced technology. Now it was time to show them why you should never give tools of power to a species that had survived its own violent history to reach for the stars. The war for Earth's survival was about to begin, and humanity was ready to show the cosmos why hospitality, once betrayed, transforms into unstoppable fury. The first wave of the Valkyrie assault devastated Earth's orbital defenses, stations and satellites, their systems compromised by the very technology meant to enhance them, fell silent one by one. Cities burned as crystalline warships descended through the atmosphere, their weapons cutting through conventional defenses like paper. But in a hardened facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Maya Chen worked frantically to understand the enemy's weakness. The quantum signal she'd discovered aboard the Magellan hadn't been just a communication beacon. It was the key to everything. The Valkyrie aren't just connected through their technology. She explained to General Sarah Martinez, head of Earth's hastily assembled Defense Technology Division. Their entire civilization operates on quantum entanglement. Every ship, every weapon, every piece of technology they gave us, it's all part of one massive network. The implications were staggering. The technology the Valkyrie had shared wasn't meant to help humanity advance. It was meant to integrate Earth's infrastructure into their quantum web, creating backdoors they could exploit at will. Humanity's first victories came not from military might, but from desperate innovation. In Sydney, a group of university students discovered that modified microwave transmitters could disrupt Valkyrie quantum fields. In Lagos, engineers found that simple electromagnetic pulses, properly tuned, could temporarily blind alien targeting systems. These were small victories, but they proved something crucial. The Valkyrie weren't invincible. Their technology, for all its advancement, could be understood and countered by human ingenuity. Dr. James Harrison, a quantum physicist working alongside Maya, made the breakthrough they needed. Their entire technological base operates on principles we already understand, he announced during an emergency briefing. They didn't give us new science. They just showed us what was possible. And now we can use that knowledge against them. The Valkyrie's arrogance became their weakness. They had expected humanity to either surrender or fight conventionally, using the tools they had been given. Instead, humans began adapting and combining technologies in ways the aliens had never imagined. In underground factories across the globe, a new generation of weapons took shape. Quantum disruptors based on modified microwave technology, shield systems that could absorb and redirect Valkyrie energy weapons, and most importantly, a device that could detect and sever quantum entanglement links at their source. The aliens responded with escalating brutality. Nexus's voice echoed across emergency channels, no longer hiding his contempt. Your resistance is primitive and futile. Accept integration into the collective, or face extinction. The response came from General Martinez, broadcast on all frequencies. You should have studied our history more carefully. Humanity doesn't break. We adapt, we overcome, and we never forget those who betray us. 3 months into the war, humanity scored its first major victory. A Valkyrie destroyer, attempting to obliterate a seemingly defenseless research facility in the Australian outback, encountered something unprecedented. A quantum disruption field that shattered its neural network. The massive ship, its systems thrown into chaos, plummeted from the sky. The wreckage provided invaluable data. Maya and her team worked through exhaustion, reverse engineering Valkyrie systems, and improving upon them. They think they know everything about us, she told her colleagues, about how we'll react, how we'll fight. Let's show them how wrong they are. In orbital shipyards hidden beneath holographic camouflage, humanity's first true space warships took shape. Built using a combination of human innovation and repurposed Valkyrie technology, they represented something the aliens had never anticipated. A species that could not only understand their advanced technology but improve upon it. As Earth prepared to launch its first major counteroffensive, Maya made a discovery that filled humanity with both rage and determination. The Valkyrie databases revealed that Earth wasn't their first target. Countless civilizations had fallen for the same trap, accepting their gifts only to be absorbed into their collective. But they had never encountered a species that fought back with such ferocity and adaptability. The stage was set for humanity's greatest test. The Valkyrie had wanted to make Earth part of their collective. Instead, they were about to learn why humans make the most dangerous enemies. We never forget, we never give up, and we fight hardest when backed into a corner. Project Phoenix rose from the ashes of humanity's darkest hours. Deep beneath the Antarctic ice, in a facility carved from the frozen continent itself, Dr. Maya Chen stood before the culmination of 6 months' relentless work. The quantum manipulation device, dubbed Prometheus, represented humanity's greatest achievement in reverse engineering Valkyrie technology. All systems ready, Dr. Harrison announced, his fingers dancing across holographic controls. Quantum field is stable. Target drone is in position. The test chamber housed a captured Valkyrie fighter, its crystalline hull still bearing battle scars. As Prometheus powered up, the air seemed to shimmer with possibility. The device activated, sending carefully calibrated quantum waves toward the alien vessel. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the impossible occurred. The Valkyrie ship's hull began to resonate, its quantum-locked molecular structure becoming unstable. Within seconds, the supposedly indestructible material cracked like glass, shattering into 1,000 glittering fragments. "My God," General Martinez whispered, watching through the observation window. It actually worked. Maya's breakthrough had been elegantly simple. Instead of trying to break the Valkyrie's quantum entanglement directly, Prometheus created a cascading resonance that forced their technology to break itself. The aliens' greatest strength had become their greatest vulnerability. Production began immediately in hardened facilities across the globe. The Valkyrie, sensing something had changed, increased the intensity of their attacks. But humanity was ready. The first real test of Prometheus came during the Battle of Luna Base. A Valkyrie battle group attempting to destroy Earth's primary shipyard on the far side of the moon encountered something they'd never expected: human ships that could match their technology. Admiral James Torres, commanding the newly commissioned EDF Defiant, gave the order that would change the course of the war. "All ships, activate Prometheus arrays. Show these bastards what happens when you underestimate humanity." The battle that followed would be studied for generations. Human vessels, smaller but more numerous than their Valkyrie counterparts, darted through space with impossible agility. Their Prometheus arrays lit up the void, sending quantum disruption waves that turned the aliens' superior technology against them. The Valkyrie retreated in disarray. Their losses were catastrophic. 15 capital ships destroyed with only 3 human vessels lost in return. More importantly, the battle proved that humanity could not only fight back, but win. Maya's team continued pushing the boundaries of what was possible. "The Valkyrie think in straight lines," she explained to her colleagues. "They develop a technology, perfect it, and never deviate. But humans, we look at something that works perfectly and think, how can we make it better?" The quantum disruption technology gave birth to new innovations: defensive shields that could adapt to any weapon, communication systems that couldn't be intercepted or jammed, and propulsion drives that bent space in ways the Valkyrie had never imagined. Dr. Harrison's research revealed something even more crucial about the Valkyrie collective. "They're not just an empire," he reported to the Defense Coalition. "They're a single quantum network. Every ship, every piece of technology, all connected through quantum entanglement. It's their strength, but it's also their weakness." The implications were staggering. A coordinated strike using multiple Prometheus devices could potentially disable the entire Valkyrie fleet simultaneously. But executing such an attack would require getting close to their main fleet, a suicide mission by any conventional standard. But humans had long since abandoned conventional thinking. In secret facilities beneath the Antarctic ice, a new class of ship took shape. Designated Ghost Class, these vessels incorporated everything humanity had learned about quantum mechanics and stealth technology. The Valkyrie remained arrogant, convinced that their setbacks were temporary. Nexus's transmissions became increasingly frustrated. "You delay the inevitable. The collective cannot be defeated. We have absorbed thousands of species over millions of years." General Martinez's response was characteristically human. "Then perhaps it's time someone taught you a lesson in humility." As the Ghost Fleet prepared for its first mission, Maya made one final modification to the Prometheus device. The Valkyrie had given humanity the keys to advanced technology, thinking we would never fully understand it. Instead, we had taken their gift and transformed it into something new, something uniquely human. The next phase of the war was about to begin, and humanity was ready to show the galaxy why you should never give advanced technology to a species that had spent its entire history finding new and innovative ways to overcome its limitations. Operation Ghostwalker began in darkness. 300 Ghost-class ships, their quantum-masked hulls invisible to Valkyrie sensors, slipped through the void between Mars and Jupiter. Admiral Torres, commanding from the flagship Shadow of Earth, watched his tactical display with steady eyes. Years of preparation had led to this moment. All ships maintain quantum silence, he ordered. Time to primary target. 30 minutes. The Valkyrie war machine depended on a complex network of supply lines and staging areas scattered throughout the solar system. Their main fleet, still holding position beyond Mars' orbit, launched wave after wave of attacks against Earth. But they had never imagined that their prey would strike at the heart of their operation. Maya Chen, aboard the Shadow of Earth as chief scientific advisor, monitored the Prometheus array's power signature. The modified device now operated on principles that even she didn't fully understand. Human innovation had taken Valkyrie technology far beyond its original design. Fleet approaching optimal strike range, her assistant, Dr. Sarah Wong, reported. Quantum masking holding steady. No indication they've detected us. The first sign that something was wrong came from a Valkyrie supply depot orbiting Jupiter's moon Europa. Their quantum communications began to fluctuate, creating cascade failures throughout their network. By the time they realized what was happening, it was too late. All ships, execute Operation Ghostwalker, Torres commanded. Phase 1 commence. The Ghost Fleet materialized from the void like avenging spirits, their hulls shimmering into visibility as they activated their Prometheus arrays. The combined quantum disruption field created a shockwave that rippled through space, shattering the Valkyrie's carefully maintained quantum network. Supply ships lost control of their navigation systems. Defense platforms turned on their own vessels. The perfectly orchestrated dance of the Valkyrie collective descended into chaos. Multiple targets breaking apart, Tactical reported. Their quantum core containment systems are failing. Confirmed destruction of 70% of supply infrastructure. But the Valkyrie weren't finished. From the direction of Mars, a massive battle fleet emerged from quantum space, their reserve force commanded by Nexus himself. The crystalline vessels, larger and more heavily armed than anything humanity had encountered before, moved to engage. They took the bait, Maya announced, a fierce smile crossing her face. Exactly as predicted. The Ghost Fleet scattered in what appeared to be panic, their vessels fleeing in all directions. The Valkyrie, their arrogance overwhelming their caution, pursued aggressively. They didn't realize they were being led into a trap years in the making. Second wave, execute Phase 2, Torres ordered. From behind the moons of Jupiter, Earth's main battle fleet emerged. Not the primitive vessels the Valkyrie had faced before, but ships equipped with technology that represented the next evolution of warfare. Humanity hadn't just copied Valkyrie technology. They had reimagined it. The battle that followed would be remembered as the moment everything changed. Ghost Fleet vessels, using their quantum masking technology, appeared and disappeared at will, their Prometheus arrays targeting critical systems with surgical precision. The main fleet's new weapons, based on principles the Valkyrie had never considered, tore through their supposedly impenetrable defenses. Nexus's voice, for the first time showing signs of fear, echoed across the battlefield. This is impossible. You are primitives. You cannot comprehend. We comprehend more than you know. Maya interrupted, broadcasting on all frequencies. You gave us the keys to understanding quantum mechanics, thinking we'd never unlock their full potential. But humans don't just use technology. We transform it. We improve it. We make it our own. The Valkyrie fleet, their quantum network in shambles, began to retreat. But humanity had planned for this too. A third wave of ships, hidden in the quantum wake of the gas giant Saturn, moved to cut off their escape route. Your collective has terrorized the galaxy for too long, Torres transmitted. Today that ends. Humanity doesn't just fight for survival. We fight for every species you've ever threatened, enslaved, or destroyed. The battle lasted hours, but the outcome was never in doubt. When the quantum dust settled, the Valkyrie reserve fleet was in ruins. Nexus's flagship, its crystalline hull cracked and failing, drifted powerless through space. Maya stood on the bridge of the shadow of Earth, watching as human vessels moved to secure their victory. "They never understood," she said quietly, "the difference between forcing compliance and inspiring innovation, between demanding obedience and earning loyalty." The war wasn't over. The main Valkyrie fleet still held position near Earth, but Operation Ghostwalker had achieved its primary objective. The invaders' supply lines were destroyed, their reserve fleet decimated, and their aura of invincibility shattered forever. As rescue ships moved to capture Nexus' crippled vessel, Admiral Torres turned to Maya, ready for the final phase. She nodded, thinking of all the sacrifices that had led to this moment. The Valkyrie wanted to make humanity part of their collective. "Instead, we're going to show them why diversity, creativity, and freedom will always triumph over uniformity and control." The battle for Earth's survival was entering its final stage, and humanity was ready to deliver a lesson the galaxy would never forget. The captured Valkyrie flagship hung in Earth orbit like a broken crystal, its once pristine hull now scarred and darkened. In its command center, Maya Chen stood face to face with Nexus, the being who had orchestrated humanity's intended subjugation. The Valkyrie leader's bioluminescent skin had dimmed, its previous radiance reduced to a faint flicker. "You still don't understand, do you?" Maya asked, studying the alien's crystalline features. "Why you failed?" "Failed." Nexus's voice carried a mixture of defiance and disbelief. "We have conquered thousands of worlds over millions of years. This setback changes nothing. The collective will. The collective will adapt or die." General Martinez interrupted, entering the chamber. "Your main fleet is trapped between Earth and our ghost fleet. Your supply lines are destroyed. Your quantum network is in shambles. The only question remaining is how many more of your people need to die before you accept reality." The final battle for Earth began at dawn. The remaining Valkyrie fleet, still impressive in size, but cut off from resupply and reinforcement, launched what they believed would be an overwhelming assault. They expected to face a desperate defense. Instead, they encountered humanity's full strength. Ghost fleet vessels, now numbering in the thousands thanks to automated manufacturing facilities throughout the solar system, struck from every direction. Earth's planetary defense grid, rebuilt and enhanced with hybrid human-Valkyrie technology, filled space with quantum disruption fields. Every weapon, every tactic, every strategy represented the perfect fusion of human ingenuity and advanced technology. "All ships, execute final protocol," Admiral Torres commanded from the shadow of Earth. "Show them what happens when you give humans time to innovate." The new weapons developed in Antarctica proved devastating. Quantum cascade bombs shattered entire squadrons of Valkyrie ships, their perfectly synchronized networks becoming their undoing. Modified Prometheus arrays created disruption fields that turned their own quantum technology against them. But humanity's greatest weapon wasn't technological. It was psychological. The Valkyrie fought as a collective, each action coordinated through their quantum network. Humans fought as individuals united by choice, each commander adapting and innovating in real time. Signal from the Valkyrie command ship, communications reported. They're requesting terms of surrender. The war ended not with a bang, but with a revelation. In the aftermath of their defeat, the truth about the Valkyrie collective emerged. They weren't just conquerors. They were prisoners of their own system. Each new species they absorbed added to their technological understanding, but diminished their ability to innovate, to think differently, to evolve. "Your civilization is a warning," Maya told Nexus during the surrender ceremony, "about the price of pursuing perfection at the cost of diversity. You thought humanity's individualism was a weakness. Instead, it was the key to our victory." The terms of surrender were unprecedented in Valkyrie history. Their remaining fleet was dismantled, their technology studied and improved upon. But humanity didn't seek revenge or subjugation. Instead, they offered the Valkyrie something they hadn't experienced in millions of years: choice. "We're going to help you remember who you were," General Martinez announced to the Valkyrie Leadership Council. "Before the collective, before the endless expansion, your species once valued creativity and individual thought. It's time to reclaim that heritage." The process would take years, perhaps generations. But as the quantum links binding the collective began to dissolve, something remarkable happened. Individual Valkyrie started to remember, to think independently, to innovate again. 10 years after the war's end, Maya stood in the newly constructed Quantum Research Center in Geneva, watching as human and Valkyrie scientists worked side by side. The crystalline beings had changed, their once uniform appearance now showing subtle variations, their thoughts and ideas no longer bound by collective consensus. "They're learning to be individuals again," Dr. Harrison observed, joining her at the window. "It's fascinating to watch." "And we're learning from them too," Maya replied. "Their technology, freed from the constraints of collective thinking, is evolving in ways they never imagined possible. Together, we're pushing the boundaries of what's possible." The war had changed humanity as well. The species that had faced extinction emerged stronger, more united, but never uniform. Earth's cities gleamed with advanced technology, but each culture, each nation maintained its unique identity. Ships bearing the flags of both Earth and individual countries explored the stars, ready to face whatever challenges the galaxy might present. As for the Valkyrie, they became living proof that even the oldest species could learn new tricks. Their society transformed from a rigid collective into a federation of independent minds, each contributing their unique perspective to the greater whole. The galaxy would never forget the lesson. True strength lies not in enforced uniformity, but in the power of diversity, in the spark of individual creativity, and in the choice to stand together not because of compulsion, but because of shared values and mutual respect. Humanity had not just survived. They had shown the galaxy a better way forward. And as Earth's influence spread among the stars, other species would learn what the Valkyrie had discovered the hard way. Never underestimate a species that values both individual innovation and collective cooperation, for in that balance lies the true power to shape the future.